Hello, what's up? In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how you can easily get uniform skin tones in Capture. So most of you tend to ask me what software I tend to use most of the time when I'm doing the color grading of skin tones and how I'm able to get uniform skin tones when it comes to all my portraits. So this is a tutorial that I'm going to be sharing all my tips and tricks when it comes to color grading or evening out skin tones in Capture One. So you can see a quick before and after for this very image. And this image was taken by Canon Studios, and I'm going to link his Instagram in the description of this very video so that you guys can check him out. So you can see before and after for just the skin tones. So I'm just going to do one thing. I'm just going to turn off the before and after. I'm just going to reset everything so that you can understand every basic thing when it comes to evening out and having uniform skin tones within Capture One. So this is Capture One 21. And if at all you're interested in Capture One, you can simply get it online by simply typing in Capture One and you download and pay for a license if at all you want to get access to all these features within Capture One. So what I'm going to do basically, I'm going to come and you can see like Photoshop, Capture One also has layers right here. And as I'm working on the image, if at all you want access to raw files, you can check Canon Studios and tap on the link in his bio and you can be able to access these raw files. So if at all you want to understand color grading, you have to take into consideration the concept of working with layers. So when it comes to Capture One and I want to work on this image, I simply come and first of all correct the lighting issues or the contrast levels within the image. So with this, I work on these adjustments on the background layer itself. So I just come, I take down the highlights because I feel like the highlights were a little bit blown out. And I do the same for my whites. Then I come to the contrast and add a tiny bit of contrast. Then I come down to my levels and simply pull my blacks in. Just going to adjust the brightness a little bit. So after doing this, I'm done correcting the lighting issues within the image. And the next thing is going to go straight into the evening out process of the skin tones. So in order to even up the skin tones, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create a layer. So it is on that layer that I'm going to be evening out the skin tone transitions of this very model. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come, you can start to have a plus icon within Capture One. And it is on this plus icon that you have to right click. So make sure you don't simply left click on it, just right click on the plus icon and you come and create a new field adjustment layer. So with this new field adjustment layer, if at all I press M on the keyboard, it means as you're color grading the image, is going to be affecting the overall image. Remember, this is a new field adjustment layer. So you can double click or press M first of all. So you can double click to rename your layer to skin tone so that you don't get lost along the way. So after doing this, we're just going to go down to where it says the color editor option, and under color editor we have basic, advanced and skin tone. So for this case, remember we are working with skin tone, so I'm just going to select skin tone and come and get the color picker tool or eyedropper tool. So I'll press Ctrl or Command plus on the keyboard to zoom in after selecting the eyedropper tool and simply choose a color that I want the rest of the skin tones to look like. You can see that we have a variety of colors within the skin tone. We have some yellows, we have some oranges and some magenta. So we want to create a uniform skin color transition. So as soon as I choose this option right here or this area, you can see that it changes or it shows the range in this pie shaped area. So the range of colors that fall within the sampled area, we have reds, oranges, reds and magentas. So if at all you want to see the selected color range for your image or for this very area, you can just come down here to view selected color range. And as soon as you click on that, you left click on it, it is going to automatically desaturate the colors that don't fall within the selected color range. So just use this option to show you the selected color range. So I'm just going to turn this off. So after I have sampled the area that we want the rest of the skin to look like, you're just going to come to uniformity and simply start taking up the hues. So just look at the image as you're doing this process. So just look at the image, start taking up the hues up to a point when you feel like the skin tone is the one that you really like or you love or prefer, then you can just come and bump up or pump up the saturation until when you feel like the saturation is the one that you really want within the skin tone. And you can see right now the skin is looking better and it looks a little bit uniform. So you have to move these sliders hand in hand so that you can see the results in real time. So right now we are done doing this option, or we are done evening out the skin tone colors. So you can see a quick before and after for just evening out the skin color, just a before after. But right now we are not yet done with the process. So usually what I tend to do when it comes to using Capture One, after I have worked on the skin tone, I simply come to my color balance, and under color balance, this is where the magic is going to further on, or this is where the magic is going to take place when it comes to color grading the skin tone. So you can see that we have the option that says shadow, mid-tone, and highlight, or you can work on the same options in 3 different wheels right here. So for this case, we're just going to choose an independent shadow wheel. And I feel like I want to add some kind of science to the shadows and just look at what or how the skin is going to become. So the more you bring it towards the edge, the more intensity that color is going to be within the image. And you can turn down the intensity of that color by moving this or clicking and dragging this down. So the more close it is to a center, the less of that color that is going to be affecting the image. And the more close to the edges of the circle, the more intense that color is going to be. And in order to reset, you can simply double click right there and it's going to reset the colors. So what I want to do, I want to add a cyan or bluish feel to my midtones, just a tiny bit. Then I'm also going to come to my highlights and I'm just going to add a tiny bit of green to my highlights. Just see how this is going to affect the image. You can see the more close it is to the edges, the more saturated that color is going to be within the photo. So I'm just going to desaturate that by taking it back close to the center. Then I'm going to come to my midtones. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of oranges to my midtones to compensate for the cooling down that happened when I was dragging the slider towards the shadow slider towards the cyan. So you can see a quick before and after, but this is not all. So this is the before and after, before, after. So this is not all. So if at all I'm to zoom in, for example, in the makeup area, just look at the lips of the model in this case. Just look at the lip color has also been changed, plus the color of the eyeshadow in this case. So what we want to do, we want to eliminate the color grading from the lipstick or even the makeup itself. So you're just going to come, remember we created a layer for color grading. So it is on this layer that we want to eliminate the color grading. So if at all I press M on the keyboard, you can notice that the mask is, or the color grading is affecting the overall image. So if at all you want to eliminate it from, for example, the makeup or lipstick area, you can simply come and get the eraser tool. And with the eraser tool, you can reduce on the size by using the open and close brackets on the keyboard. And with the eraser tool, you can rub away the mask from, for example, the lips of the model. You can just paint and you can see it's going to eliminate or create a negative mask from the lips or even the eyeshadow in this case. So when you're done doing this, you can now zoom out and press M once again, and you can see we have been able to bring back the original color of the lipstick and even the eyeshadow for our model in this case. So after we have done all this, the next thing that we want to do, if at all you are working on an image, for example, the model is putting on red or oranges or an orange outfit, you can simply select this layer. And remember, since this is a new field adjustment layer, if at all the model is putting on colors that are falling within the skin tone colors, for example, reds, orange, and yellows, simply right click on your new field adjustment or color grading layer, and you can come and simply clear the overall mask. And when the mask is cleared, you can simply get the brush and simply paint on only the skin area so that the outfit or even the surrounding area is not affected by the color grading. So the brush is going to be painting back the mask in that case. So after that, you can just come and press M, and you can see we are done color grading this very image, and we now have uniform or even skin tone for this model. So you can see before and after, before and after. So if at all you don't want to affect this makeup, you can simply get the eraser tool and simply come and paint or erase the color grading from this area. So basically, this is how to do your color grading of skin tones within Capture One. And if at all you have loved this tutorial, don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe this channel. If at all you're watching and you're not subscribed yet to this channel. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thank you for watching and see you in yet more amazing tutorials. And don't forget to keep practicing and also keep creating.